What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cosmat Wrestling. I'm Matt Carpio. Colorado is right next to me.
What's going on, Matt?
Let's go through another episode of Monday Night Raw just before Clash of Champions, which I am absolutely excited for.
I can't wait for it. Let's get right into it.
Raw opens up with Retribution plowing through the crowd. As we are aware, they do have WWE contracts. Now, commentary did tell us multiple times throughout the night that they signed contracts with the company, so they're able to do whatever they want. I am excited to see.
Legally now, so who knows what's going to happen.
As they cause havoc inside the ring for the beginning of the show, the Hurt Business interrupts as they cause chaos, challenging them for a match later on tonight, which I did not see coming. I am excited to see coming, as we then cut to Sarah Schreiber interviewing the Mysterio family and asks Ray what he feels about his son possibly getting a title shot for gold at Clash of Champions this Sunday. And he is just absolutely ecstatic for his son. Which
Ray says he cannot wait, and he cannot be more proud of Dominicks after everything he's been through. We then have a six-man tag team match to determine the number one contender for the tag team championships on Raw.
You know, with Seth and Murphy, Garza, Andrade, and Dominicks and Carrillo for that number one contenders match to face the Street Profits, who are actually on commentary for the Raw tag team titles this Sunday. I could not wait, and I would love to see new tag team champions.
Yeah, me too.
About mid-match, Seth actually left his teammate Murphy in the dust and just went in the back, hanging with Garza and Andrade, who actually got the win without Zelina Vega by their side.
Showing that they could do it by themselves. I was actually really surprised to see this.
So I think we're going to see the Street Profits versus, who is it, Garza and Andrade this Sunday.
We then are welcome to the KO show with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens welcoming a surprising guest, Shane McMahon. After everything these two have been through, I was surprised to see Shane welcome to the KO show.
You know, Shane does actually hype up Braun Strowman versus Kato tonight, as Kevin Owens then welcomes Braun to the ring, who is then followed by Kato, as the two actually almost come to blows, just about to knock each other out, as Shane then stops them both and tells them to save it for Underground. You know, throughout this, Kevin Owens actually slaps Kato in the face, which pisses him off. But Dabo's like the great Khali. Like, he doesn't care what anybody does to him. He just sits there and he takes it. And he just gets fire in his eyes.
Yeah.
We then cut back with Retribution actually attacking members backstage like Titus O'Neil and Humberto Carrillo, still causing havoc. We then cut to commentary as Tom Phillips tells us that the Hurt Business will actually face Retribution later on tonight, which I never saw coming, like I said earlier. But then out comes Keith Lee for his next matchup of the night against the WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre. First off, let me just say, Orton is still set to face Drew at Clash of Champions, but if Lee can knock off Drew tonight, he will face Drew McIntyre for that title opportunity at the pay-per-view, which I don't think Randy would like to see.
The two superstars actually throw moves back and forth, heavy punches and strikes. Keith Lee then tries to send Drew over the ropes, botching the move completely.
Drew did fall out of the ring from that botch from Keith Lee over the top rope, but they did trade more shots outside of the ring as we then cut to a commercial. But we do come back with both men still just giving it to each other. I love seeing these two battle it out. Lee actually hit Drew with a hard forearm to the side of the head, and I just heard that right through the arena.
Yeah, man, that broken jaw could be a serious target for both Randy and Keith Lee.
I for sure thought that was it. These two can just knock each other down time and time again. You said it. Get right back up, and I love seeing it. The WWE Champion went to Claymore, Lee for the win, until Randy Orton comes out of nowhere and hits Drew McIntyre with a steel chair to the back of the neck. Later, booting Keith Lee and shoving that steel chair down Drew McIntyre's mouth with his broken jaw, which gave him and put him even in more pain as Drew was screaming. This got me pumped up for their match Sunday. But let me just say, who is going to face Drew, Orton or Lee?
Or both of them.
Or could it be? I think it could be a triple threat match, which I would probably prefer more, seeing those three in the ring rather than
a triple threat ambulance match. Have we ever seen that before?
They'll send Drew right out in a stretcher.
We then come back from commercial with Randy Orton still in the ring, cutting a quick promo.
You know, he shaved the WWE fans as he went to the ambulance that was actually inside the arena. He opens the doors and says, "How dare we shame him?" And we think he would not show up to Sunday at the pay-per-view to not win his 14th title reign, which he actually starts saying about how that ambulance gives him remnants of his 14th title reign win, which I think we might see come Sunday, and I want to see it bad.
I haven't seen Randy this hyped up in a while. I cannot wait to watch this match. We then cut to Sarah Schreiber interviewing Asuka. Billie Kay interrupts, saying how she doesn't like how Asuka gives away her WWE Championship opportunities.
You know, as Peyton Royce then comes along saying, why doesn't Asuka face me tonight? But at Clash of Champions, Asuka says no one is ready for Asuka, but tonight, Asuka is ready for Peyton, or is Peyton ready for Asuka?
Who knows?
We then cut to the next in-ring action match of the night as Zelina Vega makes her way down to the ring to face Mickie James, as the winner is actually set to face Asuka for the Raw Women's title come Sunday at Clash of Champions. I feel Zelina really showed her worth. And
that was insane.
Man.
She showed her moves in the ring. Really a ring technician.
You know, she certainly outdid Mickie for half of the match until Mickie powered up and almost put away Zelina with a huge seated senton off the top rope. But this was not enough, as Zelina actually put Mickie away with a backstabber onto the mat. I didn't really pay attention to this. It kind of ended abruptly until I heard that 1, 2, 3. But it was a weird way to end the match, just like last week how the match was stopped with Mickie and Asuka when she was in the Asuka lock. But
hey, dude, I could see Zelina winning the championship, really bolstering that women's division in Raw.
And I like her as a solo competitor.
Yeah, me too. We then cut backstage, the Hurt Business absolutely demolishing the Retribution.
You know, I cannot wait to see this matchup later tonight. Can't wait to see what happens. Them in their first match, how are they going to do this? What's going to happen?
Yeah, man, they got to actually go by the rules of a match now, so we'll have to wait and see.
Moving along, Cedric Alexander comes out with one of the members of the Hurt Business, MVP, as MVP takes the mic, claiming Retribution will be executed by the Hurt Business later on tonight. Cedric then takes the mic and looks into the camera, directly talking to Apollo Crews, saying that he will even the score and show him that he does not give a damn about Apollo Crews' kids. What is this, Brock Lesnar, Heath Slater?
I mean, I don't know.
Apollo's music hits out comes alongside his teammate Ricochet for his scheduled matchup against Cedric Alexander as it gets underway, as both men actually head outside as we cut to commercial and then come back with Cedric just dominating this match. I kind of feel bad for Apollo, but I like seeing him have his own like type of singles run, but he also has a team with him.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
But I like seeing him, and he has like that heart, which I like to see. Like Ali did the heart of 205 Live. But
yeah,
I think this
there
is
you go.
the heart of Monday Night Raw with Apollo Crews. Towards the end of the match, we see Ricochet somewhat help Apollo Crews roll up Cedric Alexander, as both men actually head towards the back until Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin come out as the music hits, and then Cedric Alexander and MVP attack them from behind, as Bobby then goes for Apollo Crews before his match on Sunday to face Apollo for that United States title. And I think it's going to be a slaughter fest.
Yeah, the Hurt Business really looking strong going into their match later tonight. We then cut to Raw Underground, Dolph Ziggler versus Arturo
Ruiz, but that's okay because Dolph got slammed into the mat but went for a sleeper until he was Russian leg sweep backwards. Let's say this was one of the best matches because this was nuts. Arturo went for a knee bar until Dolph hooked him back into the sleeper, rolling Arturo into that. Just knocked him out cold. He just knocked him out cold.
Dolph really looks good in Raw Underground. I like him a lot there.
You know, I just love seeing this match. It was one of the best matches in Raw Underground that I think I've ever seen, period. Right after this match, we still see Shane McMahon next to the ring canvas as Braun Strowman is also next to him as they are both watching the match. Braun
does not want to talk to him at all.
You know, he just screams at Shane as Shane asks him about later on tonight, but he says shut up or he's going to feed his teeth to his own kids, and I don't want to see that.
Me neither.
Disturbing. We then cut to in-ring action as Seth Rollins makes his way down with a yellow envelope. I did not see where this was going to go until Seth pulls up a picture on the big screen of the family, the Mysterio family, saying he has an envelope of results to find out the truth.
I think you and I both thought that it was going to be another Eddie Guerrero father thing,
well,
but it took an interesting twist.
You know, he begs the family to come out as they do, and he tells the family he's inspired by their love for each other, but in this envelope, Seth says that Rey Mysterio is not the father of Dominic, then says it may not be Dom who isn't the son, but Aaliyah who isn't Rey Mysterio's daughter. What a twist. Seth then has producers roll the footage last week about how Aaliyah checked on Buddy Murphy after Dominic and Seth's steel cage match last night. Rey then claims she is still 19 and knows nothing. She's a naive girl, and she just does not know how the real world works yet until...
Aaliyah did not like this, man.
She just walked right off of set and
yeah.
looked at Rey Mysterio like, you're not my father. So this is interesting to see what's going to happen.
Wait and see.
We then come back with Lana and Natalya facing off with the WWE Champions, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, with Liv and Ruby on commentary, who are set to face Nia and Shayna this Sunday for the WWE Raw Women's Tag Team Championships. This match ends quickly with Shayna tapping out Lana. Nia then makes her way out to the ring.
And puts Lana right through a table.
Oh, man, this is great. I love seeing Lana put through a table. We then cut backstage with Drew McIntyre in the doctor's room, icing his jaw as Charlie interrupts, and Drew says he's going to beat the piss out of Randy Orton come Sunday, which I want to see, and then throws the ice pack down, saying he's headed to pick another fight tonight. We then cut backstage once again with the Mysterio family, with Rey and Aaliyah trading words as Aaliyah walks back off set, saying, "Oh yeah, all I am is just a 19-year-old naive girl." Whatever, it'll pass, as the wife says. Well, we then cut to Raw Underground with Eric versus Riddick Moss. Eric just absolutely demolishes Riddick Moss, hits him with a hard right until Riddick Moss later hits him with a hard right, knocking him out completely cold, which I just love seeing in Raw Underground. As Shane then talks to Daba Kato, who is ringside, as he says Braun will feel the pain from Daba tonight.
Yeah, Daba just amping himself up for the match, looking like a scary monster.
We then cut to an interaction with Asuka versus Peyton Royce. Asuka went for an Asuka lock until Zelina Vega attacks Asuka, ending the match in DQ. I guess this was a quick remnants for their match come Sunday.
We then cut backstage with Aaliyah sitting down. Out of nowhere, Buddy Murphy comes down saying he apologizes if he caused Aaliyah any harm.
We then cut to Braun versus Daba Kato, which was kind of underwhelming until Braun just knocks Daba out with a hard right. I kind of expected more.
Sloppy in the ring, man. I don't know what happened there, but I definitely expected more. We then cut to the main event, Retribution making their first entrance into the WWE Thunderdome. Out of nowhere, the Hurt Business soon follows as we get ready for the main event.
Throughout the match, we do learn the three names of Retribution: Mace, T-Bar, and Slapjack.
Yeah, interesting names for sure.
Well, Bobby put T-Bar into a chokehold until Mace broke it up, as then more and more Retribution members just plowed right through that ring, as the whole Raw locker room just run down to the ring and just clears house with Retribution.
Yeah, it looked like a Royal Rumble.
Let's just say Drew McIntyre was standing tall in that ring until Randy Orton just comes out of nowhere and just RKO's him to end the show as we fade to black. Talk about chaos.
Well, guys, that was it for this week's Monday Night Raw. Let us know what you liked most about this week's Raw, and make sure to watch Clash of Champions this Sunday.
Peace.
See ya.